Welcome back to Bible Stories official channel. Today, we're exploring a fascinating question that captivates many believers and scholars alike. Is Israel fulfilling biblical prophecy today? This land, rich in biblical history, holds countless stories of faith, miracles, and promises. And as we witness world events unfolding, many are asking whether Israel's current events echo the ancient prophecies found in the Bible. Make sure to watch until the end, as we'll dive into specific prophecies, historical events, and modern connections that may reveal Israel's role in God's unfolding plan. And if you enjoy videos like these, please like, subscribe, and share to help spread this message. Let's begin with one of the most extraordinary modern events that many believe fulfills ancient biblical prophecy: the rebirth of Israel as a nation in 1948. After nearly 2,000 years of dispersion, the Jewish people, scattered across the globe, returned to their ancestral homeland and established the modern state of Israel. This monumental event is seen by many as the fulfillment of God's promise to gather His people from the nations. In Ezekiel 36:24, God declares, "I will gather you from all the countries and bring you back into your own land." This prophecy, given centuries before, speaks of a time when God would bring the people of Israel back to the land promised to their ancestors. The events leading up to Israel's independence are often described as miraculous. Following the horrors of the Holocaust, Jewish survivors and exiles from around the world began returning to Israel in unprecedented numbers. Despite tremendous challenges, including resistance from neighboring nations, the nation of Israel was officially declared on May 14, 1948. For many, this is not just a political event, it is a spiritual one. The rebirth of Israel is viewed as a divine milestone, a sign that God's covenant with Israel remains alive, and that His promises are actively being fulfilled even in our own times. This return to the land, often called Aliyah, continues to this day, with Jewish people from diverse cultures, languages, and countries still immigrating to Israel, reconnecting with the land of their ancestors. To believers, the ongoing return of the Jewish people serves as a powerful reminder that God's hand is at work, honoring His ancient promises. For those looking at world events through the lens of prophecy, Israel's re-establishment and growth offer evidence that God's plan for His people is unfolding. Another prophecy frequently linked to modern-day Israel is found in Isaiah 35:1, where it says, "The desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose." This remarkable transformation is visible in Israel's deserts, which were once arid and barren, but are now thriving with lush farms and vibrant landscapes. Since its founding, Israel has pioneered groundbreaking advancements in agricultural technology, including drip irrigation, soil regeneration, and water conservation. These techniques have turned dry desert land into fertile ground that produces fruits, vegetables, and flowers in abundance. Today, Israel stands as a global leader in agriculture, exporting produce and sharing innovative farming solutions with other nations. This transformation has led many believers to see Isaiah's words as more than just poetry. They view it as a prophecy unfolding before our eyes. The deserts of Israel are literally blooming, serving as a symbol of God's faithfulness and the restoration of the land He promised to His people. For those who look for signs of God's work in the modern world, Israel's agricultural success and the desert's transformation are powerful indicators of a prophecy fulfilled. Jerusalem holds a unique and profound place in biblical prophecy, and its influence on modern events is both undeniable and intriguing. Throughout Scripture, Jerusalem is portrayed as the spiritual center of the world, a city that represents God's presence with His people and serves as the heart of Israel. In Zechariah 12:3, God declares, On that day, when all the nations of the earth are gathered against her, I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all the nations. This prophecy speaks of a time when Jerusalem will become a focal point of tension and conflict, yet will remain unmovable, standing firm in the face of opposition. Today, we see this prophecy resonating as Jerusalem continues to be at the center of political debates and international conflicts. The city's significance extends beyond its borders, affecting not only the Middle East but influencing global alliances and diplomatic relations. Jerusalem is the site of sacred places for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, making it a place of profound spiritual importance and frequent contention. For many Christians, this continuous focus on Jerusalem is viewed as more than a coincidence. It is seen as evidence of a divine plan unfolding, potentially aligning with events described in the end times. The unwavering attention on Jerusalem is a reminder of the role it plays in God's covenant with Israel, and for believers, a sign that the world is moving closer to the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. For those who look to the Bible as a guide for understanding current events, Jerusalem stands as an immovable rock, a city through which God's plans and purposes for the future are being revealed. The Bible frequently speaks of God's promise to gather His people, the Jewish people, back to Israel from all corners of the earth. In Isaiah 11:12, we find this powerful prophecy. He will gather the exiles of Israel. He will assemble the scattered people of Judah from the four quarters of the earth. For centuries, the Jewish people lived in exile, dispersed among nations around the world. But since Israel's formation in 1948, we've witnessed an extraordinary movement of Jewish people returning to their ancestral homeland. This ongoing migration, known as Aliyah, is seen by many as a living fulfillment of God's ancient promise. Jewish people from diverse countries and cultures, whether from Europe, North America, Russia, Ethiopia, or beyond, have returned to Israel, reconnecting with their heritage and re-establishing themselves in the land of their ancestors. For believers, this phenomenon is more than just a cultural movement. It is viewed as prophecy in action, a sign that God's covenant with Israel is being honored and that His hand is guiding His people back to the land He promised them. For those who look to the Bible for understanding of current events, the ingathering of exiles signals that Israel remains a focal point of God's plan, a sign that He is preparing His people and His land for what lies ahead. This Aliyah movement serves as a testament to God's faithfulness and is seen as a powerful reminder that His promises endure through time and history. Israel's survival and resilience, despite facing intense opposition, is often seen as evidence of divine protection, a fulfillment of biblical prophecies that speak of God's promise to shield His people. In Ezekiel chapters 38 and 39, the prophet describes a future time when Israel would be surrounded by hostile nations, yet would ultimately prevail through God's intervention. This prophetic vision, often referred to as the War of Gog and Magog, has stirred much discussion and interpretation among believers, with many seeing it as a foreshadowing of conflicts that Israel has faced in recent history. Modern Israel's ability to endure and even thrive in the face of conflict is viewed by some as a reflection of Ezekiel's prophecy. Since its founding, Israel has faced numerous wars and conflicts with neighboring nations, often outnumbered and outmatched. Yet despite these odds, Israel has maintained its sovereignty and secured remarkable victories. For believers, Israel's survival and resilience are seen as a sign that God's protective hand remains over the nation, fulfilling His promise of protection as echoed in the words of Ezekiel and Isaiah. The endurance of Israel serves as a testament to many of God's unwavering commitment to His people. In the face of adversity, Israel's continued existence and strength are reminders of a divine promise that no earthly force can overcome, marking Israel as a unique focal point in the unfolding of biblical prophecy. One of the most intriguing and debated topics in biblical prophecy is the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem. Both the Book of Daniel and Revelation mention a future temple as part of end times events, a structure that would play a central role in the final chapters of prophecy. Although no temple currently stands on the Temple Mount, various groups in Israel are actively preparing for its potential construction. These preparations include the creation of priestly garments, the crafting of sacred temple vessels, and even architectural plans that follow the specifications laid out in the Torah. For many believers, these developments fuel speculation that the groundwork for a prophesied future temple may be in progress. The preparations are viewed by some as tangible signs that biblical prophecy is moving closer to fulfillment. Each new item created, whether it's a golden menorah, a high priest's garment, or a temple vessel, adds another layer of excitement and anticipation, symbolizing the readiness of a people waiting for a prophetic event that could mark the beginning of end times. The concept of a future temple holds deep spiritual significance, especially for those who see it as a step toward the final fulfillment of God's plan. While the timeline and exact details remain unknown, these preparations in Israel offer a reminder of the nation's enduring connection to its biblical heritage. For many, the potential for a rebuilt temple stands as a powerful symbol of hope, reminding us that God's promises continue to shape Israel's destiny. In Isaiah 49:6, God declares that Israel will be a light to the nations, a source of wisdom and blessing that extends beyond its borders to impact the world. This prophecy speaks of a role for Israel that goes beyond physical boundaries, envisioning a spiritual and intellectual contribution to all humanity. In our modern world, we see remarkable examples of Israel fulfilling this role, with the nation emerging as a global leader in technology, medicine, agriculture, and innovation. Israeli advancements in medical research, including life-saving treatments and groundbreaking technology, are shared worldwide, benefiting countless people. In agriculture, Israel's pioneering techniques, such as drip irrigation, have turned arid lands into fertile fields and have been shared with developing countries facing water shortages. Israel's technology sector, often referred to as Silicon Wadi, rivals the world's top tech hubs, contributing innovations that affect daily life globally, from cybersecurity to medical devices. For many, these achievements align closely with Isaiah's prophecy, suggesting that Israel is indeed fulfilling its role as a light to the nations. The nation's contributions are viewed as more than simple innovation. They are seen as an extension of God's promise to make Israel a blessing to others. This modern impact, reaching lives across the globe, hints that Israel's role as a light may be a prophetic reality unfolding before our eyes. Finally, we arrive at one of the most profound and highly anticipated aspects of biblical prophecy: Israel's role in the end times. The books of Daniel, Ezekiel, and Revelation present Israel as a central figure in the final days, a nation through which God's ultimate plan for humanity will be revealed. These prophecies speak of a time when Israel will be at the heart of global events, experiencing both intense challenges and divine protection. Though the exact details and timing are unknown, believers worldwide continue to keep a close eye on Israel, seeing it as a prophetic compass that could reveal where we are in God's timeline. Prophecies such as Ezekiel's vision of the Valley of Dry Bones and the future War of Gog and Magog portray Israel as facing and overcoming great trials, with God intervening in remarkable ways. In Revelation, Israel's role in the end times is further highlighted, where Jerusalem and its people stand as symbols of faith, endurance, and God's promise to restore and renew. For many, the current events surrounding Israel, Its resilience, global influence, and the ongoing conflicts that center on this small nation serve as reminders that these ancient prophecies may be closer to fulfillment than ever before. Watching Israel's journey and observing how it intersects with global affairs offers a glimpse into God's unfolding plan. Whether or not we are in the end times remains to be seen, but for those who believe, Israel's presence on the world stage serves as a compelling sign of prophetic events yet to come. The modern state of Israel provides a fascinating lens through which we can view biblical prophecy. From the return of the Jewish people to the transformation of the land, many see Israel's current events as a continuation of God's promises made long ago. As we reflect on these prophecies, we're reminded of God's faithfulness and the unfolding mystery of His plan. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe, and share it to help others discover these powerful connections. Let us know in the comments if you believe Israel is fulfilling biblical prophecy today and which prophecy resonates with you most. See you next time on Bible Stories official channel.